Alright, hello everyone, it's Diamond, and today we'll be going over a new scenario. Today's video is called, What if Speedwagon Learned HAMON, Part 2. Before we begin, let's get this video to 20 likes. It shows that you want to see more. Also, my goal is to reach 2K subscribers by the end of the year, so we'll see if I'm able to make it. It also shows that you're interested in more content such as this. So, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. With that all being said, let's begin with the video. So we're going to begin with a recap of what happened in part 1. Zeppeli hit Speedwagon with enough power to course the HAMON into his veins. Zeppeli lives, and the group comes together to defeat Dio. JoJo leaves on the boat, parting ways with the group, and is defeated by Dio as well. Speedwagon feels bad, and wants to become a student under Zeppeli, but he also wants to form his own business in between training, thus creating his foundation, and Zeppeli leaves to visit his family. So, let's now talk about Part 2. Years have passed, and the events of Part 2 Battle Tendency take place. Zeppeli has been able to bond with his family, and teach Caesar HAMON earlier than in canon. In this scenario, Caesar's able to actually know his father more, and speak with him, and learn about HAMON and the mask due to Zeppeli informing him. Caesar's father informs Zeppeli about the Pillarmen, as they begin to leave to stop it. They arrive but are both quickly snatched inside the pillars. Zeppeli informs Caesar about Speedwagon, and a woman named Lisa. He tells him to try and seek them both out, so that he may be ready to take down this new threat. Caesar makes a promise and heads off. Time passes, and Speedwagon gets a message from Strayzo to visit him. He's shown several stone masks, and is now wondering just how many are still around. Speedwagon says he'll bring his researchers to look at this, and without warning, Strayzo attacks him. Strayzo had rejected his humanity, and became a vampire. He was afraid of dying, and HAMON can only keep him in his youth, as well as keeping him alive for so long until it wears out. So his plan is to deal with other HAMON users that may get in his way. But first needs to deal with the main protagonist. We're introduced to Joseph, the grandson of Jonathan. So right now everything plays out as it does in canon. The battle between Strayzo and JoJo occurs as normal. He defeats him and heads off to rescue Speedwagon, where he'll meet Stroheim and have his battle with one of the Pillarmen, Santana. Stroheim's team is aware that Speedwagon has HAMON, so they've been having weapons drawn on him, while he gives out information about what's happening. Speedwagon is playing it safe for now. He sees that they're trying to awake and control the Pillarmen, so he's going to cooperate with Stroheim until Joseph gets here, so they can handle Santana. Joseph arrives in disguise. As he sees Santana standing before him, he greets Speedwagon and laughs, saying that Speedwagon could have defeated them, but he more than likely waited until he arrived to handle this new enemy. Joseph, feeling confident, will tell Speedwagon that he's got it covered from here, and to leave. Their battle starts, but he's quickly overwhelmed and unsure of this Pillarman's abilities. So like in canon, Stroheim contributes to help Joseph take this one down. Speedwagon makes his way to help, as they're able to lead Santana into the sun, defeating them with their HAMON and with the sun's help. With all that happening, Speedwagon wants Joseph to meet Caesar, as they'll both be able to defeat the remaining Pillarmen. This time, Caesar isn't as rude to Joseph like in canon. With Caesar living an okay-ish life, and his father not walking out on him, as well as meeting his grandfather, he's a lot more prideful of his family and what they did to keep him safe. Speedwagon wants them to come with him for a moment. He says that he wants to give them training, but they need to handle something underground. They're greeted to AC/DC, WAMU, and cars. They're uninterested in fighting them, and begin leaving. Caesar, fuming with rage, steps in to face them, but he's also smart enough to form a strategy with his HAMON bubbles. After seeing what happened to his family, he doesn't want to perish without defeating them. He's able to intrigue WAMU a tiny bit, but not enough to let Caesar live. Speedwagon and Joseph step in to attack WAMU. This is when Cars makes his way to them. He says that they aren't going to jump him, and that if they really want to have a battle, they'll all fight one-on-one. The fight begins, but the three HAMON users are beaten down and weakened. Joseph speaks up and says that if the three of them were given enough training, they could impress them with a fight they've never experienced before in their lifetime. Cars is uninterested, but WAMU pleads if they can at least get stronger and have another match with them. Cars finds this amusing and chooses to spare them, but to make sure they're serious about this, each of them plant poison in their body. Speedwagon is poisoned by AC/DC, Caesar is poisoned by WAMU, and Joseph is poisoned by Cars. The three of them have to work even harder to defeat the Pillarmen to cure themselves. As this happens, they leave to Lisa, who will be an instructor to both Caesar and Joseph, and maybe Speedwagon will learn a thing or two. For this scenario, Joseph and Caesar don't dislike each other from the start, but they instead focus on becoming rivals. Lisa forces them to climb the pillar, from the very bottom all the way to the top, and that's where we'll leave it off for now. So that was What If Speedwagon Learned HAMON, Part 2. I feel like this can be really interesting. We're going to see how much this is going to impact the story, as well as seeing what will happen as Part 3 continues. That's only if this gets enough likes to warrant a Part 3. I do have some ideas for what I want to do with the story. If you did enjoy it, leave a like. The like goal for this video is about 20 likes. Subscribe to stay updated to the channel, and leave a comment saying what you enjoyed and what you want to see next. This has been Diamond Legend, and I'm off.